Now, to hear a little bit from a bilateral multi-articulating hand user. This is Jason Koger. Jason, would you give us a little bit of a background about what happened to you and when, and a little bit about your journey, your experience with body-powered and electric prostheses?
So I was electrocuted March 1st of 2008. So 7 years ago, I lost both my arms. I was fitted with body-powered and myoelectrics. The problem with me, at first I went to a prosthetist that did not make a very good fitting socket. So I did not like prosthetics at all until I went to a more advanced upper extremity prosthetist. And then I got very good, very comfortable with my prosthetics. I do wear body-powered sometimes, and I wear myoelectric sometimes. The body-powered or the myoelectrics are very comfortable, a lot more comfortable than body-powered. Body-powered I would wear when I do rough type work, if I'm outside in the weather. One of my hobbies, for instance, is hunting. I love to hunt, so most time the weather's raining or whatever, and I'll wear a body-powered because I don't have to worry about any kind of electric problems. So other than that, I wear my myoelectrics. The myoelectrics again are very comfortable, a lot more comfortable because of having all the straps and cables and all that on your shoulders. So.
Okay, and you're completely independent, is that correct?
I am. I'm very independent. There's the only thing I cannot do is I cannot change dirty diapers. That's it.
Or you choose not to. Could you tell us a little bit about your OT experience? I know there are several occupational therapists in the audience, and you shared a perspective last night with me that was quite enlightening.
So I live in a very small hometown in the United States in Kentucky. I did have an OT, and she was wonderful, but she had never worked with an upper extremity in her entire life. So she was more of just a person that pushed me to try more things. So I basically taught myself how to do everything that I do. But now that I've seen a lot more what OTs do, like at Advanced Aerodynamics, they have OTs, and I've seen what they've done. And I'm very jealous of anybody that has the opportunity to go into a upper extremity OT that knows how prosthetics work. So I feel like that I would be 10 times better than I am now if it was if I had the training. So, and I'm very successful as an amputee. There's, like I said, there's really nothing that I cannot do, but it was all on my own, and I think it would have been a lot easier with the right OT.
Thank you. It's an interesting perspective, and I know many of us share the frustration of the fact that OTs really are not trained sufficiently in advanced prosthetics, and that is a real frustration, no doubt, for many of our patients. So that's something I know I'm trying to share as much as I can, and I know many of you in the audience are trying to share to your colleagues as well, as much as possible about the training techniques. And then, last but not least, Jason, when we were at dinner last night and you had the opportunity to meet Theo, we talked a little bit about, right after you lost your arms, and I did not know this until last evening, that the option of hand transplants was actually presented to you shortly after you lost your hands. I wonder if you could share a little bit about that experience that you had and the interaction that you had with the hand transplant surgeon during those first couple of years, is that correct? Right after you lost, when you were exploring what else is out there for you and what direction you might go.
So the first place that I went to talk about hand transplant was Louisville, Kentucky, which is not very far from me. It's a couple hours from my hometown. I went in and I met a hand transplant recipient. He he sat in a room with me and the doctor, and I did not get a very good feeling because every time I asked him a question, he wouldn't answer me unless the doctor said he could. It really made me feel like that he was hiding something from me. Whether he was or not, I don't know, but my gut feeling for me was that's not what I wanted to do. So I went back home. I never thought about it again, and then I had a phone call from Pittsburgh to talk to Dr. Lee, and I thought, I'm gonna go talk to him. So I went to Pittsburgh, I talked to Dr. Lee, and with the whole team, all the surgeons, all the nurses, the entire team that does it. And at the end of, I think I was there for 2 days maybe, at the end of my last day there, we sat in this room, and Dr. Lee told me that he felt like I was so advanced with prosthetics that he felt like he would slow me down. Obviously, there's a lot of training. There's a lot of, I was going to have to move to Pittsburgh. I was going to have to be away from my family for several months with only taking care of myself. And with me at the time, I had 3 children, so it just really wasn't an option. And I'm not saying that it's just not for everybody. It's just not for me. I'm not saying it's not amazing. It is amazing. But I think everybody has their own personal views, and I think with me having what I have, I'm completely satisfied. I'm completely, I feel like I'm very, very successful.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you, Jason.
We well understood the benefits we get from the treatment you get. Let me ask both of you, what is the reason to have not choice the alternative option? Theo, why did you were unsatisfied with prosthesis? And what is his name again?
Jason.
Jason, sorry. Jason, we well understood that you choose to get prosthesis. And tell us again the reason why the surgery option was not appealing you.
My prosthesis, I have the dream, I have 2 new hands, and I want 2 new hands. The prosthesis is very, very good. The time between after the accident and the transplantation, very, very good. I can make very much. The hand is hand, only for me.
So for me, having prosthetics, everything that I think you've seen on the video of him doing, I can do all that too. You know, one time I was asked to be on a TV show called Hawaii Five-0. So when I did Hawaii Five-0, I did the Hookman episode, and they asked me if I could build a sniper rifle. I have no idea. I've never built a sniper rifle before. I had 2 eye limbs, and the first time that they filmed me doing it, I did it perfectly. If you watch the show, you'd see it. And there's so many examples like that I think you have to be motivated. I think you have to want to do it. If you don't want to do it, you're not going to be able to do it. When I first became an amputee and I was fitted and it was not comfortable, I thought that the terminal end was not good, no matter what it was. But once I went to somebody that fitted me the way I should have been fitted, it feels like it's me. I've been blessed to, have these are the new iLim Quantums. I've been blessed to have iLims since 2008. So I just feel like, there's nothing that I cannot do. I showed Allie a picture of me holding my little boy, and basically his head was laying in my hand, and his body was on my prosthetic. And I have a picture before my accident of my daughter doing the exact same thing. And it looked just so real. I just feel like these are mine. I mean, they're me.
Thank you.
Questions from others? Yes, Michael.
I have a question to you as a surgeon. We see more and more, probably in the US and Pittsburgh, that they do one-side transplantation and from a prosthetist's view. I think you have to do a lot of things for transplantation. Immune suppressiva, a lot of training, and a lot of time went. And I see if you have one functional hand, one normal functional hand, you can do a lot, nearly everything, with a prosthesis on the other side. So what is your recommendation to people who come to you and want to get a unilateral hand transplantation? I know other ones in Austria telling bilateral is the indication for hand transplantation. What is your opinion?
In Lyon, our opinion is there is no indication for unilateral. We don't do it because of the balance benefit risks.
And I think that's definitely becoming more of a trend in the United States as well. Not initially, but now I think it's contraindicated, certainly in my opinion and the opinion of many. The amount of immunosuppression alone is huge. It's significant, and that probably is the largest obstacle. Excuse me, and one of the most serious considerations, obviously.
Sure. It's interesting to listen you too, because first, you are our patients, so you are precious. And second, because in fact, you will say that you have the same problem at the beginning, but you have not the same demand. So I think prosthesis and surgery, prosthetic and transplantation are two different answers for the same situation, but not for the same patients. And it's worthwhile to have those possibility, knowing that they answer differently, different situations. And about your question again, the answer would be different one day, depending on how things goes on. If tomorrow we find a way to do transplantation without immunosuppression, the question will be different. If one day prosthetics are even more than today, better than today, the problem will be different.
That actually leads right into my question for Jason. I'm curious, there is a lot of research and funding right now going into trying to find ways to transplant hands without immunosuppression. Is that the main barrier to you? I mean, or was it the therapy, the time away from your kids, your family? I mean, if this breakthrough happens, let's say, would that change your thought processes on your decision?
No, I don't think it would change it. The possibility of it having to be re-amputated if something happened is a fear. I thought of all possibilities. Being gone was obviously a big factor of being away from my family. I got electrocuted on March 1st, 2008. I was in the hospital, out of the hospital in 12 days. I drove my pickup truck 12 days after my accident. So, I just don't know where I'm at today, why I would want to go back to all of that relearning everything again, I think there's just so many different things that's in my mind thinking that. So I just feel like I'm successful. I guess I feel like I'm where I need to be.
And indeed you are, Jason. You're very successful, as is Theo, and as Dr. Gazarian was just saying, it's very much dependent upon the individual. Different solutions for different individuals. And what I've hoped to accomplish today, to all of you, and I thank you for your attention, is sharing a bit of both sides of the equation. My goal is to enable someone who has lost both hands to make an informed decision about the choices that are out there, and what I feel hopefully maybe has begun today is to start that dialogue a bit more and take it beyond to other audiences as well. So thank you very much for your attention. Our folks today may be available for additional questions if you have any, but again, thank you very much.